Nature's wealth, good for your health. This is the Raw Life Health Show.
Alright everybody, here we are. We're in Australia and we're just having we just had a wonderful lunch. And now it's time for dessert. And Julie here is the raw girl here in Sydney. She's the one that has the raw group, and she does raw food catering classes. She teaches people how to make raw food. Say hello, Julie.
Hi.
All right. First, Julie, tell everyone about your website.
It's called consciouschoice.com. There's a dash in the middle.
Okay. Tell everybody who you are and what you do.
Okay, my name's Julie, and I organise speakers like Paul Neeson who come from the United States and want to share their knowledge and talks here in Sydney. I also do classes, food preparation classes for people to learn how to get started on raw foods, and I also do catering and have an online superstore with everything that you need to get started on the raw food diet.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, you just made the most amazing dessert. I mean, it was amazing. I've only tasted it one place before, at David Jubb's place in New York City, who you said you actually spent some time there.
Yes.
Volunteering. So, we look in your hand now, and tell us what this is, because I just tasted this, and everyone, you need this recipe, because tell us about it.
So I made, it's kind of like a lemon. I was thinking of making a lemon meringue pie, but instead of making a nut crust, I just decided to do it in a container so that we can travel with it, so we can go on a picnic or wherever we're going and take this with us. And what it has inside is some lemon and lime juice, and the lemons and the limes were from my garden. And then I've used Irish moss to create like a mousse-like consistency. I've used a little bit of honey and stevia as the sweeteners, and coconut oil to help set it. And on top, and then I've actually put some raspberries inside, so it's got different colours here. You can see the yellow, the red, and there's a topping of white, a white vanilla meringue, which is made using Irish moss again, and coconut, vanilla bean, coconut milk, a little bit of honey and stevia, and some coconut oil again to set it. And it's as Paul said, it's super delish, and it's nut free too, which is great.
Now she did for everyone there in New York. She didn't say it's not free. She says it's nut free. It's nut free.
It's nut free.
Okay, it costs a lot of money. No, it's free for me today because I'm a special guest, so that's good. But okay, so is this recipe on your website?
It's not, but I can put it up there.
Okay.
I can supply it to your website.
Okay, wonderful. We'll get it out there, and so everyone can try it. And tell everybody what Irish moss is, because not a lot of people know.
Irish moss is a seaweed. It's been used medicinally for a very long time. It's what they traditionally used to make Irish moss cough syrup from. It's got a lot of great properties, helps boost your immune system. It's got a gelatinous property, so it helps actually bind things together. It's fantastic in desserts because it creates that binding agent texture and gives things like a very light mousse-like texture. It's an incredible ingredient to be using in raw foods.
Yes, and I've actually heard good and bad things about it. I heard that it has a lot of minerals because it's a sea vegetable, or it comes from the sea pretty much, and so I heard that's good. But I was telling you, I heard the carrageenan that's in there.
Yeah.
And some people say that's good, and some people say it's not. So I'm eating it, so it's not that bad. But everyone out to do some research, and if you find something, let us know. But we're going to use it in the meantime. And do you sell that on your website?
Yes, I do.
Great.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a rare ingredient to actually get in Australia, but it is available through the conscious-choice.com website.
Great. So everyone get on Julie's website and get that and try it out for yourself. Now, Julie, tell us about Sydney, the raw food movement here in Sydney, because Australia has a lot of raw stuff going on, but what sets Sydney apart? Tell us.
Sydney is a huge, I guess, area. So we've got communities that are involved with raw foods all over the place, and they do come together when we have speakers like you and people like David Wolf and Matt Monarch who come down and do talks, and we recently had David Jubbs as well. It is growing and evolving quite rapidly. I started my business about 3 years ago, and it was ever so small, and now I would say it's like, 10 times. It's increased incredibly, and it really helps when people like you yourself, Paul, come down and share their knowledge, because people get to hear firsthand what, all the research that you've been doing, and that's really, really helpful, and we really appreciate that. So, yeah.
Well, I met you in California last year, and you've been to New York, California. Do you notice a difference between the raw food community and restaurants and the people out there versus here when it comes to being health-minded and so on?
Yeah, well, we do have a few communities here interested in health, but not such communities, I guess, that you would get in California and as such as in New York as well. When I was in California, I was trying to travel up to Living Light, which is about 4 hours from San Francisco if you have a car, and if you don't have a car, it's a bit of a pain. And I went to Cafe Gratitude, and people there are so friendly. I just sat next to this lady who offered me a lift up to Living Light. So it's just that kind of community up there, and it is getting this way here in Sydney, in Australia. We are, open to developing this raw food community even more, and sharing this powerful message and the powerful ways that raw food can really change people's lives.
Well, you took us to an amazing organic and non-organic fruit markets yesterday, and now is that just wholesale or is that for the public, because they let you freely shop there? So tell us about that.
So it's called Back to Eden, and it's an amazing, it is a wholesale distribution point for organics. It is also open to the public as well, which is brilliant because the public can get there on certain days of the week. It's just Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Fridays that the public is able to shop there, and they are able to shop at organics, fresh from the farmers at wholesale prices, which makes eating organic raw foods really affordable, and really, it just really takes the diet to a whole new level when you incorporate organics.
Great. And can you think of any fruit that they have here in Australia that we can't get in the United States?
Oh, great question. I know you've put me on the spot. That you can't get in the United States. No, I can't actually think of anything that's unique. Well, we do have some bush foods. Kakadu plum comes to mind, which is extremely high in vitamin C, and people, I guess, compare it to kemu, which is great at boosting your immune system. So there's Kakadu plum. I have tried it actually, and it comes from Western Australia. So they're not easy to find in the cities, but if you know where you need to go to look for them, you can find some amazing bush foods, Australian bush foods, that have lots of medicinal qualities.
Wonderful. I got to check that out. All right, everybody. Julie, give us your website one more time.
It's www.conscious-choice.com.
This video is going all over the world, but do you have anything special to say to all the raw fooders in the United States?
I really appreciate what I guess everyone's doing with being more conscious about the food that they're putting in their bodies, and how it's affecting the environment, and how we are taking this on a global level. So it's a very inspiring journey to be on, and I appreciate everything that everyone's doing to get this out there.
All right, everybody, there you have it. This is Paul Neeson in the Land Down Under. I'm going to be giving you a whole bunch of videos like this of other local characters here in Australia. Until then, we'll see you tomorrow on the Raw Life Health Show.
Nature's wealth, good for your health. This is the Raw Life Health Show. Raw Life, bright.